Yeah, I'm about to do it. I'm about to tell you something. You're gonna get mad. Cause I did it last week. You got mad. Get ready. Apple is gonna crash the stock market on Monday. Okay, that's a little hyperbole. Apple's gonna bring it down, but I want to talk. Actually, that's not gonna happen. I don't know. I think you get what I'm saying. No, you don't. I'm telling you what. I want to tell you guys what to watch for in the markets. I got some Apple puts right now, but why it made me think about it, because I was just getting prepared to shoot this video for you guys. I was thinking about what I was going to talk about, and when I was putting it together, I was like, okay, well, the market's open right now. Apple's dropping as we speak. This is Friday, so again, I don't know what's going to happen in the future. I think we should see what happens here at close. I'm expecting some level of news just from any sort of, politics, any sort of policy, Apple, whatever it may be. We've been seeing that lately. And realistically, this is the wrapping up of the first week. And it's been slow. It's been a slow, both liquidity, the volume, many things, even news. There hasn't even been a lot of talking. So I want to see, but there is important data and how it relates to Apple that's going to happen over the weekend. There's important stuff going on with China, and there's important stuff that even just happened already in the markets that are bringing, that happened this week that are bringing it down, but then also what we need to look for next week. So I'm going to go over that. I'm really going to focus here on China and, kind of why I think, it's going to be China, Apple, and then history. So that's what I want to go over. That's what I want to go through. If you guys are new, drop a like if it is helpful. You don't have to, if it's not helpful, I get it. Give me some constructive criticism below. I love it. I got some videos too this weekend. We're going to get some philosophical ones. I got one for tonight. I recorded it while I was driving, so I think you'll enjoy it. But also the main point, check out the live stream. 6 hours. We did all of today, market open to close. I had to do a phone call in Italy, so I had to get off a little earlier, but you guys could go check that out. It was pretty cool. But yeah, so let's get into it. Apple. Why am I saying Apple? Well, one, on the live stream, we discussed it a few times. Apple looked weird the whole day. Let me show you guys, give you a better visual. But Apple was operating just very different than, I guess, most of its peers. Now, maybe they caught up throughout the day, but here's Microsoft, overlaid with it. Apple is this one right here. Microsoft, did better. Let's look at even the overall S&P 500. You see the divergence here between Apple and the S&P. And then let's go look at this is really what stuck out to me. Micron shot up, Nvidia, and you'll notice, they're all diverging, and then AMD. But what is the point with all of these companies? Again, these are all, I just showed you all the different ones, but you see how Apple's been weak, even compared to now the rest of FANG, Again, Facebook is kind of catching up with it, and they've been doing that. If you've been watching the streams, we've been seeing Amazon was kind of like Apple, actually exactly like Apple. So that's going to be something to watch. These are the bigger companies, but for me, seeing that it's not moving with the chip suppliers and all that, I thought something was going to be weird. And now I kept saying that on the stream, and it didn't quite click for me until I got to getting ready to make this video for you guys, because the thing about it was I wanted to talk about the data, what to watch for next week. And the big thing that needs to be watched, I think it's happening on Sunday, is the Chinese data. They're releasing their economic data, or the first set. So we're going to start getting a lot of economic data dumps from overseas here in the next coming week. And it's actually interesting because I'm going to talk about the government shutdown, but we're not getting all of the data from us or from our side with the government shutdown. Certain things have already been halted, so that's interesting. And again, this is the day. Remember, I'm going to touch back on the China, but it just remembered me because I'm saying government shutdown. Today's the 11th. Funding is stopped, so a lot of things have just got fully cut off. We're going to talk about those implications, but when I was going over the data, I realized the data coming out, it's that economic data from China: exports, imports, and balance of trade. So that being said, it's going to be crucial because in my mind, I think if those numbers are bad, if they disappoint, we saw their PPI data recently, which is that's pretty much showing their inflation, and that showed that the currency got stronger. So some of you are like, oh, well, and even if you look at China now, China's moving up 1% on the currency. Some people are like, that's good. You don't want it to strengthen, because now with this trade data coming out, if trade data is even worse, that's the last thing you want. What's happening here? The market just picking up right here at close. Hold on, it looks a little jumpy. I got You guys got me sitting here, but a lot of volatility. And that's what I think. Even just coming in, this is power hour now, so there's going to be an hour, but I think we're going to get to see how things play out. But now the what I was saying with like the currency strengthening today, that's not good, because that just shows that'll be less exports for China. That could just slow them down in general, and that is not a good sign for China, and it means that they will want to decrease. And people have talked, China, this is why I'm saying watch this week, because as this data comes out, some people have already talked about future implications for what all of this could mean for China and policy changes. Some people are thinking Xi Jinping might do that. So all of this is important with China. It could also be quiet. I think they are beginning the Chinese New Year's on January 15th. So well, that's 3. Yeah, we have the weekend. So I'm not sure how that's going to play out, but I think how that's going to cross interplay is going to have an effect now with Apple over here. So we'll see. If I'm wrong, I'll have to keep averaging down. You guys, if you haven't noticed, if anything, I could probably serve as your contrarian. I just lose money all the time. Some people don't even know if I could trade. I don't even know if I could trade. So, you guys, that's just all the more reason for you guys to just learn on your own. Be very, very smart. Don't trust anything online. Don't trust anything, make your own decisions. But the next thing is the government shutdown. I've been screaming this from the fucking rooftops, and I think it's very, very important, because now it's reaching that we're at 21 days pretty much. And I said this, I'll say this again, we don't know what is going to happen. This is the first time in history it's gotten to this point. So if it continues, this isn't going to be good at all. And that's what I'm actually very, very worried about now, because the news that came out today was the banks, JP Morgan and a few other banks, they notified that, hey, that they're going to start cutting GDP estimates, analysts. So it's not like the banks, it's not like the Fed or anything like that. It's not like you're like, how is the bank's estimate? It's just analysts at the banks and forecasts. They're saying, hey, we're going to cut this down. We don't think GDP is going to do much, because now people are saying the effect is going to come into place. So I want to explain this for you guys, because if you've seen over the last few videos, and that's I think, you guys should see a lot of the stuff I'm talking about, even the history I'm going to discuss with like Bretton Woods. I'm not just babbling here. There's a lot of information. Everything is so complex. It does come back and it all links into everything we're discussing here. But I was saying the dates, I'm not rambling on giving you, when I keep saying watch for the January 5th, the 9th, the 11th with the government shutdown, because now it's full shutdown mode. After today, full funding is, that's it. What they've been doing has been kicking the can for so long that by doing this, they've, the last shutdowns up until today, it hasn't really been a real shutdown. Now it is official real shutdown. So I think that's why that's why I'm kind of worried, because here's what I'm thinking now. When, putting all this together, I'm saying, well, this wasn't really a real shutdown in the sense that now it's fully cut off. Now today is day 1 of fully funded dead. So if the record is 21 days, I'm sure, I don't know how they did it in the past, but there could be some more time they could go. But what the banks and the news are saying is that they're going to start cutting their estimates, because if it goes on pretty much 2 more weeks, the news was that it'd pay for the wall. And then now, after I think another week or two, the economic effects are all going to start being felt, is what people are saying. And I found it interesting, because we've said this a lot. We've said about, the ulterior motives. Why would Democrats or Republicans be holding out for this amount? But again, what I'm trying to bring up for you guys is just the politics of it. Because as you see here, it started as a political issue, but you see how it's becoming now the banks. You see how the markets now, how even it starts to spread into the Federal Reserve and all that. But this is turning into money now. And now this is where the history comes from, the stock market. Because this reminds me of, and I brought it up, Bretton Woods. And in the past, when there's ever been issues, you start to see now people come to light, Now this is pressure, essentially, whether it's institutions, literally, and this is common, it doesn't have to be other countries, literally sides in politics, and Democrats, Republicans, they start trying to advocate things. So this is when you start seeing the banks say, hey, we're going to start lowering our analysts. You saw Fitch saying, hey, we're bad. We didn't give you, we're not putting you on negative watch yet, but we're going to if it persists. It's like this is very political, where it's, I think people are giving the warning now to kind of balance when Trump's saying, nah, it's going to go as long as I want. Get ready for years. So people are now political stuff. Wait till the markets to digest this. So that's what I'm saying. Get ready, man. You guys better stay confident, stay good. And now guess what? This doesn't mean just chase puts. Earnings season is going to be good. I'm going both sides. I'm mad I didn't get enough. I sold some of my calls. We went over the Boeings today, and you could see stuff. But what I'm telling you guys, be ready for the opportunity. Be prepared to take it, but don't be confused. Remember expectations. And I think that's been the theme so far for 2019. Manage expectations. So we came in 2019 hot. It was good. We see the market. I think if we manage them appropriately, we're going to be prepared and ready to take care of it. But those were the main things that happened today. That's what I want to look for. But let me know what your guys' thoughts are. What do you think about the China data? How do you think it's going to relate into Apple stock? Are you guys, who thinks I'm an idiot? Who thinks I'm wrong? Who wants to take the opposite side of the Apple trade? And what do you guys think about the government shutdown? What do you think about my tinfoil conspiracies? Let me know. Subscribe. We got some good videos, man. We're gonna get deep today on these. I got a great video today. I might have a 3rd, 4th, 12th. Oh man, it's gonna get exciting. I love you guys. Have fun. I had a good day today. I'll share more of that call with you and other stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Stay in school. Peace.